What's going on, YouTube? OnlyNoble Nick here again, back with another video. In this video I'll be talking about what I want in Destiny 2. So I put together like a 10 things I want wish list. Since that Destiny 2 trailers came out and the posters came out, it generated a lot of hype in the community and a lot of speculation. In this video, I just want to create a list of what I want in Bungie's upcoming game. The first thing I would like to see, and I'm sure a lot of the community would like to see, is a better, well-told story. This is a must since Halo had such a great story that the fans fell in love with, and I want Destiny to have an amazing deep story that we can get attached to our characters and the characters in the game. Bungie did say that the upcoming game will have a more cinematic experience, so that gives me a little hope. Plus, the trailer did present a lot of good story elements. I would like for the story to be darker, which I think will happen, but I don't think it'll be very dark for the sole reason that Kate 6 had a lot of jokes and lighthearted lines, which I'm honestly okay with in the trailer. The second thing I want for Destiny 2 is to have more of an open world feel. I want it to be populated with towns and outposts, and I want to be able to go to that mountain in the distance. A leak did state that Destiny will have a more open world feel, being populated with the towns and outposts, so that's a good sign if it turns out to be true, and I'm pretty sure it will be true since all the leaks so far did come true, so we can look forward to that. The third thing I would like is a more robust loot and leveling system. I don't want to be able to hit max level in the first week, and I don't want to grind for the same loot over and over again. I want Bungie to completely redesign the loot and leveling system to make us feel like we're actually progressing in the game and not just getting lucky with the same drops. This will require Bungie to add tons of new loot to the game and tons of new loot to acquire, but I think it would be a really smart move on their part. The quests that Bungie added to the game, added to Destiny 1, was a great step forward, but they're going to need to add more challenging and engaging quests rather than getting 100 void kills and running a strike to get your exotic item. Exotics should come from fun and challenging activities. Exotics should have a story behind them and when you acquire them, not just a random lucky drop. The fourth thing I would like are drop exclusivities. I know this won't happen since Bungie has a deal with Activision and Sony, and since they revealed that 1 year exclusivity deal with PlayStation, or the at least 1 year. But it's just not healthy for the player base to have exclusives locked behind a time-gated wall for a year. What Bungie can do to combat this is bring the weight down so it's not 1 year. Maybe it's like 1 month or 3 months, as that seems more reasonable. Send Snowy on Twitter, the same person who pre-ordered the game on PC and leaked a couple of photos, said that, and I quote, "You'll probably wonder why I only pre-ordered on Xbox and PC. Smirk face. A little birdie told me something about waiting." This leads me to believe that the exclusive deal won't be as long as it was in the first Destiny game. This practice is harmful for the player base and it locks people out of content they can potentially earn. It's just not a good system, but it's business, so I understand. The fifth thing I would like are separate nerfs. I want Bungie to separately nerf items for PvP so that it doesn't affect their use in PvP or PvE. This would be a good step forward for them because the PvE players won't have to suffer the nerfs that the PvP players want. It just creates more of a fan service type of game. The sixth thing I would like is customization. Destiny 2 needs to have a more expansive and in-depth character customization method. Destiny 1 was a good start, but now we need something more, like the ability to add a beard to our Guardian, or change the appearance of him or her when we please. I think this would be a smart move for Bungie, and if Bungie allowed us to be creative in the way we make our Guardian's appearance. They should also let us customize our heads-up display, as I think that would be a cool addition to the game. This might be a stretch, but the more the merrier. The seventh thing I want is a complete game and complete DLCs. When Destiny 2 launches, I want Bungie to ship a complete experience right out of the gate. I want more than one raid, and I want a game with tons of content to keep us Guardians entertained until the DLC launch. Speaking of the DLC launch, I want Bungie to ship a complete DLC, not another Dark Below type of update. I honestly do think Bungie learned from their mistakes from their previous game, and that they won't make the same mistakes again, since this game is a make it or break it for a lot of people. The eighth thing I would like are live events. I want live events in Destiny 2 to be full of interesting things to do and not a gimmick. Not saying the previous live events were a gimmick, but they weren't up to par with what I thought they were going to be like. I want live events to add to the story and the lore of Destiny instead of them being a one-off type of experience. And the ninth thing I want. I want raids. I don't want quick short and easy raids. I want the raids to be time-consuming, a time-consuming activity. Obviously not too long since we all have lives to live, but I want them to be unique and challenging, just like the first time I stepped in the Vault of Glass. I want to get that same mysterious yet curious feel I got the first time I played that raid. I want them to do this not just by the difficulty, but puzzle solving and major teamwork. With this being said, it might not happen because Bungie is aware of the restraints the game has with matchmaking and how you can't matchmake for raids, so they won't make it super challenging because they have to appeal to the audience that don't have a concrete raid team. Even though Bungie might add raid matchmaking in a Destiny 2, which could potentially happen, we don't know, but if it does, great. If it doesn't, oh well. The 10th and final thing that I would love to have is dedicated servers. I think dedicated servers will serve Destiny 2 in the long run because connection will be more stable, and this will create a smooth experience for the player. So obviously I want more things, but those are just the quick 10 things that I think the community as well as myself would enjoy. So extra things that I would love to see are 60 frames per second, which is a given. And I think they could do it now that we dropped older gens, so we're not restrained to the older generation consoles. I would also like to see support for the PS4 Pro and Xbox Scorpio, but I also think that's a given, mainly because I'm pretty sure they're going to have a PS4 Pro bundle for Destiny 2, and hopefully they just kind of bump up the resolution for Xbox Scorpio when it comes out. I would also like to see more community-focused events, not only PvP events like Bungie bounties, but events like as a community we have to go and hunt an enemy on Earth and kill him before he gets to the city, and we get rewarded with like a rare emblem or something like that. Just something to get us all involved to hunt down foes together. I think this will honestly build a stronger community, so that's good. I also want planets and like moons and stuff like that, areas to explore. Like Europa, for example, which I think Bungie might put in since they said we'll have to explore mysterious and uncharted planets and territories. So I basically just want to explore as many things as I can in Destiny 2. So that's my list. If you guys enjoyed, slap me a like on the video, it will be very appreciated, and subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. OnlyNoble out. Peace.